Hey, we're Donzii, and you're watching the
Music
Music Enthusiast.
enthusiast.
Hi, I'm Sarah from the Music Enthusiast, and today I'm here with Donzii. How are you guys?
We're good.
We are good.
Chilling.
Donzii and the cats.
Grandma.
So how's your days been so far?
Pretty good, just getting into the new year. Trying to write some new music. Also, like, get some people to do remixes of our new album that just dropped. Yeah, just trying to take it kind of slow, but still do stuff that we love.
Yeah, you guys released your new album right before the holidays. So what was that like?
That was a funny time to release an album. It was definitely interesting. A lot of people in the industry take a break from like December to like mid-January. So maybe strategically, like not the best choice because you're also missing out on a lot of like end of year lists because
Yeah.
you're just kind of a late entry. But we were happy with it because, a lot of people got to spend time with it over the holidays. And, it's just who we are. We're just going to do what we need to do and release things as they come out when they feel right for us. So,
Yeah. It was a little like, it was definitely a funny time. It was like, it felt kind of like exciting, but then it got a little overshadowed by the holidays, because
Yeah.
it was like huge thing. And then it's like, nobody cares about anything but family and Christmas trees, which is legit. Like, me too. You know what I mean? So it was just interesting because it was like this huge thing. And then this other big shift into just sort of like, life mode.
Yeah.
Which was
Yeah.
interesting. I don't want to say it was bad. It was just like, it was kind of surreal in a way, I guess.
Yeah. And props to you guys for like just keep on going, like even when it was all quiet. Like congrats.
Well, we appreciate that. I
Thanks.
think that's kind of the name of the game, when you're an indie band is just keep things moving and try to keep making music and songs and releasing it and just engaging with your audience and keeping it fresh. I mean,
Yeah.
the album did drop in December, but we're releasing a new song in February with a reissue of our back catalog, and we'll be releasing new music throughout the year.
Yeah.
The vinyls are coming for the record as well. So it's kind of like there's always going to be stuff happening.
You guys just released an album and you're already like on to the next. Like, wow, that's incredible.
Right. It's, it's tough because it's like we're also working musicians, so we're trying to make it our life and our livelihood. So, we don't have shows right now. So we're just really trying to think of ways to continue to be creative, but also, be able to live. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like not through playing shows. So we're like, okay, like, let's get some licensing stuff going. Let's, try to explore different avenues of how this can work,
Yeah, totally. This album is incredible. It's very, I would describe it as like a Halloween witch gothic rock.
Hell
How would you
yeah.
guys describe it?
That's great. I love that. It is, even the ballad song has kind of like a spooky, mystical vibe to it, There's definitely that element to it of yeah, like I think of Halloween as like a spiritual time,
Yeah.
like trees and wind and like witchy goddesses and warlocks kind of like
Harvesting.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else described the album once as kind of like a Frankenstein.
That was mad.
Because they were, there are, a mix of different genres. It's just cool. I mean, it's cool that it's kind of evoking that kind of feeling of like a Halloween or like a Frankenstein or like, also you go to a Halloween party and you're going to see like all these different costumes, right? So like, it kind of doesn't make sense to have like a doctor and an astronaut and a, whatever, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like the album is kind of like that too. And then it's like a party where like all these different styles kind of show up, and they interact in a fun way with each other, I think.
No, for sure. Speaking of Halloween costumes, what were your favorite Halloween costumes that you guys dressed up as, like, of all time?
Of all time.
Yeah.
Wow. Man.
I've been ketchup for like 3 years in a row.
He really likes
No way.
I've been a bottle of ketchup a lot.
I was a swamp monster.
Yeah.
At a pool party once. And the costume was a total disaster. Like I came up with the idea like the day before and just kind of got like all this like tinsel stuff and like taped it around this like green bodysuit and put glitter on my face, and it was like just falling apart and making me like feel insane and like disoriented and somewhere between miserable and like awesome, which of course made me drink more, and it just became this total shit show where it was like coming apart and like all over the house of the party, and like I loved it. I ended up in the pool,
As a swamp monster must.
Yeah.
But 2 more questions for both of you. First, how long did it take to get all the glitter off of you?
Ah. Honestly, like it was a several day thing because it was green face. Oh yeah, there was like obviously body paint involved, and like
Oh my God.
the tinsel was all over the house. It was like days of it just like staying in my hairline.
I think we're still finding glitter.
Well, you aren't a
Oh, but
monster.
there's a ton of glitter. Like it just pops up. It never
Wow.
goes.
Yeah. Oh my God. I feel that. And why ketchup? Like, why is ketchup so great to you?
It's absurd and no, and like kind of normal at the same time. I mean, ketchup. It's just like it's ubiquitous and it's everywhere and it's awesome and it's just kind of funny, and it's easy too. And I don't know. I like walking around with my red tights and my red cylinder shirt and my red ketchup hat and a big bottle of ketchup.
Yeah. I mean, it's so fun and funky. And I want to know, like, did you guys actually meet by Dennis being like shirtless on a canoe with a bunch of instruments? Like, did that actually happen?
Yeah.
Oh my
Where'd
God.
you hear that?
Yeah.
Wow. You did your research. But yeah, it's true.
How, like, that sounds almost like fake. Like, wow, that's insane.
That was a crazy night. My friend was trying to hit on Jenna. He was trying to hook up with Jenna.
Yeah, he tricked me into going to this like overnight camping trip on an island.
And then for some reason, I mean, I wanted to go because I like canoeing too, and I like going to party on the islands. But for some, like, again, this was like, this is insane when I look back at it. But like, me and my friend went and we brought our guitars, but like, we brought like our nice guitars on this canoe, like onto the ocean, and which I would never do like ever again. Like,
Yeah.
like we would have flipped, like we would have lost like some really nice guitars. And anyway, we just brought him out there to this island, and we're kind of like we were being funny, we were being weird, and so we just show up with these guitars and bandanas, and we're just being kind of like rowdy, and Jenna was there on the island. My friend was trying to hit on her, and I saw that she kind of like didn't really like him, and she was kind of upset at the party in general because they were littering. Like everyone, like people were like littering, and which I didn't like either. So
everybody went to bed, and or no, they were still partying, and I went to bed.
She went to bed
because I was like, man, it's a disaster. And I woke up like super early and just started like picking up trash out of the trees because I was so irritated by this debauchery on the island slash, like basically like, I don't know, tricked into coming out.
She was also tricked, yeah.
I was just like, man, these people are dumb. I'm gonna pick up trash.
And then I woke up early that day too, and I saw her walking down the beach picking up the trash, and it was just the two of us, and I asked her if I could help her pick up trash. And
that's how we met.
And then, yeah, so we picked up trash for a few hours. And then, you know, after that, it was like pretty hot in the day. So like we took a nap and I woke up and she had left. She
Oh
had just
yeah. I
gone.
flagged the boat down.
She
And got
flagged
the
the
hell
boat
out of
down
there.
and got back to the mainland. And I woke up and like, you
I
know,
didn't give him my information.
this girl was
nothing.
gone that I thought was so cute. I was like, man, like what the heck?
I left him there.
And I think that,
Oh
you know,
my god, that is so cute and such an original story. Yeah.
she
True.
How much experimenting and playing with sounds does it take to create the sound of Donzii?
Wow.
I think Donzii, like in its own way, has a formula. Not that all the songs maybe fit into that formula, but we definitely like to deconstruct what we're doing. So if we come up with an idea or a chord progression or a bass line or something that, you know, maybe it sounds poppy or something, or it sounds like funky, we then take that and try to like what we call Donzify it, which is essentially like deconstruct it or play something that might be like sort of wrong, or rhythmically deconstruct it by like not playing on a downbeat or playing something rhythmically that plays more with the drums that's a little bit more unexpected. And that's kind of like structural, like the structural approach to making a Donzii sound. And then like sonically, you know, we really like angular kind of sharp things. At least I do.
It's good because we all like different things, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm also trying to approach things from obviously like a more melodic kind of like bring it all together, but not in like a way that is necessarily completely digestible by the mainstream, you know, because I'm trying to like trying to stick to like what I know as a person and not just this thing that's like regurgitated and like easily sellable. And I think that's also the point where these two things we're talking about here meet, because like they both want to like kind of deconstruct and, you know, rebuild and be sort of honest, but at the same time welcoming, but just not the same thing. We don't want to be like branded and
or derivative of somebody, or copying something. We definitely are trying to create a sound that is new to post-punk and new wave. We don't want to, you know, we want to have something that's a fresh approach to those genres that, you know, is interesting for 2020s, you know, something new, something
different,
a new chapter to that.
And obviously like we come from somewhere. It's not like we're disavowing like the, you know, all music or something like that. Like we're never heard, I mean obviously like people have heard stuff like this, but we're just really trying to like find what that thing is inside that's true, because I feel like that's the best way to approach being human and kind of really being in community with the world. And I think that's something that's kind of missing in the general approach, because everybody's just trying to find a way to better suck the money cow, you know, if you will.
Where's the money cow?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Oh my god.
Know where the money
that
cow
money
is.
cow is not in my, it's not around here.
Oh, no.
That money cow is far away. We're looking for it, but we're not looking that hard.
Oh my god. My very last question for you is, who are your favorite artists right now?
Right now?
Yes.
Dang. Whew, what have I been listening to?
I mean, musically, we certainly love the work of George Elbrecht.
Oh yeah, I always listen to George Elbrecht.
His solo stuff and his group stuff, his production and things that he mixes in general. We really love what he does. Mr. Twin Sister.
Yeah.
Our friend Jordan, who's Vitesse X in New York City.
Yep. I've been listening to Zeno and Oaklander.
A lot of Zeno and Oaklander.
Gustav
as well.
Gustav, Boy Harsher. Also, I like so many people.
I'm weird too, and like I have a CD player in my car, and I'll just listen to like the same CD all for like a year.
Wow.
And so I think the two CDs I've been switching off from are like Waylon Jennings and Steve Reich drumming.
Yeah, I mean, I also really like I don't know. It goes all. I love like ethereal kind of sounding music too, like Tamarin
Yeah,
and
Tamarin.
Enya. I can't think of the Sakamoto something. Sakamoto.
Ryuichi Sakamoto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like all kinds of music.
It's pretty much an eclectic taste.
Yeah.
Jenna's also she's like a resident DJ
I
at a
DJ.
bar in Miami.
And it's
Oh,
so
cool.
Whenever someone asks me what music I listen to, I'm like always listening to music, but then like like I just like I'm like Corn. Like even not what I'm listening to, it's like I can't hardly think. For some reason my mind goes blank and I'm just like I like the Beatles, you know, like
even though you don't listen to the
I
Beatles.
don't, but it's like I only remember like most like obvious name band, you know. It's like what the hell?
Yeah, I feel that whenever an artist turns the question on me, I'm like, oh, suddenly I don't listen to music at all.
Yeah, exactly. It's like so weird because I listen to music like all the time, and then I'm like blanking. I'm like, I don't know. I like it. Spotify. Have you heard of that? I like that.
But yeah, it was so great chatting with you.
Hey, thank you. This has been a lot of fun.